వాళ్ళు 2 ఇయర్స్ నుంచి వర్క్ చేసే వాళ్ళకి ఇబ్బందే కదా సార్. సో అలాంటప్పుడు ఎలా దాన్ని ఓవర్కమ్ చేయాలి చెప్తారు?
అంటే ఏ కంపెనీ నాకు తెలియదు.
Yes, sir.
I can tell you on from the product based company, no one does that.
Yes.
Maybe in service based company they do body shopping, right? That's how it works. So they need to show the head count. So it's, I would say, like, never go to service company, right? So what are the fundamentals which I told you? If you learn it, you can clearly get into the product company. The way the product company works and way any company, a successful company works is like they clearly invest on the people who can learn quickly and adapt and actually like get better. So you have to build that. You have to find yourself in a place where you don't need to join a service company, but you have enough skill to join a product company. That enough skill means like you can, as I mentioned, I learned the basics of Spark and like internal architecture and how it works and whatnot.
What is that? Scala?
Spark. Apache Spark. And the language is like Scala, right? Over like in last like 5 or 6 days, and I built a prototype out of it, and we were able to do it, right? So I even convinced my architect. I even like explained him like how this entire internal architecture is, why it is fast and whatnot, right? So this is what people need. So they don't hire people who cannot learn. So the way the service company works is like they people like they deal with only technology. For example, people who are in service company, they're pretty much like, hey, I tied to this technology, I cannot work on anything else. Those are the kind of people who are getting fired, right? Because they are not really open for learning anything. They don't have the fundamentals. All they learned is like bunch of APIs in C# and Java. That will never get you any job, or that's why I said, unless you read the fundamentals or you read more, there is no way you will be surviving any job, because you will be outdated soon. Because the people who are out from college, they will be like much better like than you in 5 years, right? That's how it works.
One more.
Yeah, sure.
సేమ్ ఎస్ సేమ్ లైక్ క్వశ్చన్ ఎప్పటికప్పుడు టెక్నాలజీ మారుతూనే ఉంది కదా సార్. సో న్యూ టెక్నాలజీ వచ్చినప్పుడు దాన్ని ఎలా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలంటే అది కెరియర్ పరంగా ఎలా యూజ్ అవుతుందని?
So this is what I do. Every day I just read like what the industry is doing, like just by reading news, right? So any new technology, you don't need to read all the new technologies, right? You just see like whether you would need it or not, you are interested in it or not. So one of my PhD architect, he is working on blockchain every single day, and my interest is mostly on AI and stuff, right? I told my manager I want to work on AI, so they gave me an opportunity, right? So that's what I'm learning around, like I'm just playing around. So you decide like what you want to do. There could be like a huge number of technology, but you choose what you want to do. But what is going to get you a good job, what is going to actually like take you further is like your design skills and architecture skills and your like way of taking a decision. So you can take a right choice only when you know all the wrong choices, right? You will know the wrong choices only when you read the books. There are like people who already did all the research and wrote all the wrong choices they made. You have to understand that, for which you have to keep on reading. So if you want to find the best book for artificial intelligence, just go to Google and search for best books in artificial intelligence, right? There are like already a lot of blog posts. People might have said like, okay, these are the books that I learned and understood. So that's how I find, right? If you want to learn something, just Google it and see it first.
Thanks. Thank you. Recently, my friend Murali asked one of your friends that, sir, in Amirpet, there are so many, we have to bring good name to this Nirmaan skill center in Amirpet. When I posed this, Murali told me that, sir, in Amirpet, every center puts a big board saying, bootstrap, artificial intelligence. Like this, it will attract with so many technologies, AngularJS. So it is a decision that you need to take, that what he says is, are you going to learn a bunch of APIs, or are you going to learn fundamentals? What you're trying to do now is trying to learn fundamentals. So once you're strong at fundamentals, the same situation what Ambedkar is mentioning, that there is a company which actually fired .NET and Java programmers and taken at new technologies. So when you have fundamentals with you, you can choose companies, not companies choosing you. So when you address your gap in the skills and if you're confident in fundamentals, Rakesh says that you can still be the person who can choose between service companies and product companies which can invest in people who can quickly learn, than on choosing people I need these many Java programmers, these many .NET programmers. That's a brilliant one. And last but not the least, how to know the technologies. So we are talking about knowing technologies. Safari is the one which will help you to learn new technologies, a lot of ebooks. The suggestion that Rakesh has given is that if you keep reading, right, in Google, on what are the new technology happenings that are happening. So the way I keep in trend with the current technology, which I feel I am getting outdated, so I do this regularly, is I go and read, I go and search for my own Sundar Pichai. Early morning I get up 4 o'clock, 4:30, and then I start viewing in YouTube Sundar Pichai, Google I/O talks, and then Facebook Jugathar talks, Satya Nadala's talks in Microsoft. I go to the developer conferences. So every year on year they actually open up and say that this is how we are building technologies. So when I go through, I see a commonality in Facebook FI conference every year, 2017, 2018, and then Google and Microsoft. Everyone is talking about this day. They are talking about democratizing AI, artificial intelligence. They are talking about that. Last year they spoke about cloud first. Before last year they spoke about mobile first. So when you follow the best companies in the world, YouTube is your best guide. Google is your best guide. You can go through and then go back, connect to your ebooks in Safari and various other places. Carry a book with you, and that's the way to success. And one last question from please come. And unless you use the technology for solving real life problems, I don't think we are going the right journey, and Nirmaan will definitely not encourage that. Okay, so okay, కంపెనీకి వెళ్ళి ఆ బ్యాంకింగ్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ ఏవో ఎలా సింప్లిఫై చేయాలి అని వర్క్ చేయడంలో ఉన్న కిక్, ఉన్న ఫీల్ వేరు. అదే ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ని, అదే డేటా సైన్స్ని మనం తిరిగి తీసుకొచ్చి హెల్త్ నెట్వర్క్ని, వాటర్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ని, డిఫరెంట్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ని, విలేజెస్లో ఉన్న ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ మన ఇండియాకి ఏ విధంగా సాల్వ్ చేయాలనేది వేరు. ఈ రెండో దాని మీద మనం మనందరం నిర్మాణ్ స్టూడెంట్స్గా మీరు యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఫోకస్ ఆన్ ఇట్.
Hi sir, my name is Divya.
కొంచెం ఇక్కడికి వచ్చాడు సో దట్ ఫ్రేమ్లో ఉంటారు ప్లస్.
My name is Divya sir. Actually I want to ask you one personal question. So everyone will get distracted from some problems in their lives, every human being. So in the period of 4 years you didn't focus on much about the concepts, but after that you realized and you get commitment that so I have to read, so I have to learn. So how you maintain your timetable to learn all those things?
I mean, I'm not really a best person to answer that. I still have distractions, right? I'm not a person who just read continuously. I have a lot of distractions, right?